Speaking of Evangeline Parish, the sheriff's office announced the arrest of this man, Phillip Meagher, 20 of Hobart, Indiana. Meagher is accused of inappropriately touching a 14-year-old victim when he resided in the victim's family home while he was recovering from an injury.
Meagher was arrested in his home state of Indiana by the Hobart Police Department. They were assisted by the United States Marshal's Office. He was arrested for 1 count of indecent behavior with juveniles and 1 count of sexual battery involving a juvenile.
EPSO is working to get Meagher extradited back to Louisiana. His bond is set at $50,000.